Hello, beautiful people. What does the fox say? Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs audio review. Today is the TRN Medusa. It is a single 12 millimeter dynamic driver LCP PU. I don't know why I just had to say it like that. So quickly through specs, unbox, and build, fit, finish kind of stuff. Here's the box. It's nice. It's got a picture of the IEMs on it and of jellyfish, right? So the Medusa, this Medusa, is named after the jellyfish, not the mythological lady with the snake hair that can turn you to stone with a look. So different Medusa. This one actually exists, although I have a feeling it might have been named after the mythological creature. Okay. I'm not going to get bogged down in that. But it's a nice box, and it's got nice pictures on it. Inside the sleeve, magnetic, flap, and then, this is where the IEMs were. This is where the case was. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff, guys. I don't want to spend too much time on it. User manual, which I'm bending, but I don't care. Yeah, see, there's where the case sat. And then a little box full of the accessories. The accessories included 3 different terminations for the cable. The cable is modular. So that's the 2.5. I've got the 3.5 and the 4.4 out there. And then selections of ear tips, which I found to be of pretty darn good quality, actually. These are the main ones that I used, although I'll get into why I ended up, as usual, not using stock tips. But these are very Moondrop spring tip-like. And they did work out okay. They sounded great. It's just a matter of consistency of seal and size and everything else that I have challenges with. So, but they are nice. They are nice tips. And then there are some others. There's a set of foams in there, and another set of silicone tips, which I believe are the narrower bore. Yeah, really narrow bore. Oh my god. Didn't try those out. Maybe I should have. I don't know. It seemed like the narrower the bore, the worse they sounded to me. So I did not go down that road. Anyway, back in there. Nice little package. We'll put the 3.5 back in there as well. And there you go. So, nice box. Also, the case, which is standard TRN hockey puck style case with the logo on it. Nothing wrong with it. It's very protective, you know, a little bulky for the pocket, but can't really complain about it. At least it comes with one, right? 50 bucks it should. These are $50 when they are not on sale. And here is your silver-plated OCC Litz structure cable, which is excellent. And your termination, which is a very secure fit. There we go. Alright, so I tested them in 4.4. That's what I do. Put the cover on there. And then the IEMs themselves, which are plastic. This is not glass, folks. And they have this really nicely detailed sort of driver cover, I guess you would call it, that looks remarkably like the Medusa jellyfish. Really nice detail, if a little bit on the inexpensive side feel-wise. Like, you can kind of feel where they were put together, just a little seam there. But, you know, I mean, hey, it's $50, okay? I mean, if these were $250, I would be like, what is going on with the build? But they're $50, not $250. Although, if I compare them to the Queen of Audio Gimlet, which my wife just stole from me forever, yeah, those are 60, and their build quality is much different. Much different, being that they're metal shell. Anyway, if you can get past the plastic, they look nice. Now, on my set, the only problem is that when they showed up, there, and I don't think you can see it, I'll bring it up, but there is a scuff mark on this shell right here on the, well, it's not really a faceplate, the outer shell. There's a scuff mark there, and a matching scuff mark on this side. So my guess is this did not happen in transit, but rather probably happened sometime during the manufacturing process. It's not super like visible, but the fact that it's there at all is annoying. Anyway, so the build's okay. It's, I mean, the design's cool, but the build is, I don't know. Feels a little cheap. You've got the 2-pin QDC, so, or S, or whatever you want to call it. It's a recessed 2-pin connection for the cable. These guys right here. And they go on and they stay on. And it's a pretty, I would say a very secure, not a pretty, but a very secure fit when you put the correct IM on them. So yes, so cable good, box and unbox good. IM build quality so-so, design really cool. Specs on these are as follows. They are a 30 ohm impedance, 108 decibel sensitivity, and 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz for the frequency response. In other words, fairly straightforward, right? I wouldn't, yeah, I mean, for 50, I'm not saying they're disappointing. They're really not. Like, there's nothing obviously wrong with them other than that scuff mark that bothers me. There's nothing wrong with them. They're nice, you know? They're nice. Nothing to write home about, but nothing terrible either. So, and I really, really like the cable, except one thing. And you'll notice this as the review goes on, that these little things add up. Now, what's the thing on the cable? Certainly not the quality. They forgot a chin slider. There's no chin slider on this. And for me, I do things with IMs in my ears. I'm a dad, so I've got things to do. And sometimes that chin slider comes in real handy just to keep sort of, you know, a more secure feeling. I mean, they didn't ever feel like they were going to fall out of my ears, but just that sort of added security of having a chin slider would have been nice. But they don't. Not the end of the world. It's fine. So here we are. This is the part where the F-bombs are going to start dropping. So, thanks to Tipper Gore, we have the parental advisory warning, and that is going up on this video. Okay. You may have seen in the community section I posted some graphs that I took of this set. The initial set of graphs, left-right overlay, were taken 3 days ago. And what's really interesting, because this set is bright as fuck, what's really interesting is that these peaks here at about 9K and about 12K, this is a 95 decibel line that they're nudging up against. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what it is. When I retook the measurements earlier this morning, everything on this looked very similar. So let's see if I can swing back here a little bit. So from, 20 hertz all the way up to about 5K, the graphs are really close. Okay? Once you get to 5K, that's where things get interesting. So this line right here is highlighted. That's the 95 dBFS line. Both of these peaks here hit that line during the first run through, first measurement, right? Both sides, left and right, this peak right around 8.5 to 9K was at 95. This peak right around 11.5, 12K was at 95. It's not there anymore. It's down. Am I saying burn-in exists? No, I don't know enough about it yet to make a determination one way or the other. But what I can tell you is the measurements showed a difference. And I know that people that are anti-burn-in, like, I get it. You know, if it can't be measured, it can't be proven, then it doesn't exist. I hear that. I get it. Okay? But when I see these here, these peaks right here, at 95, and then I see them at like 91 and 93-ish corresponding on the next measurement I take after 2 days of normal use, that's like a hello. See? Look. Everything else on the graph looks pretty darn similar, right? As you can see, and as I heard, this set leans bright. Like, really bright. Like, hot and spicy treble bright. But, as my brain burned in, because that is a thing, and possibly the IMs broke in a little bit, the very top of that spiciness came off a little bit. Okay, those of you who don't believe in this, you know, call me placebo man. That's fine. I'm not sure I believe in it 100% either. Like I said, I'm still learning about this stuff. My testing is probably not perfect. I mean, I tried to line up volume inputs and outputs and dBFS levels and all of that kind of stuff to make it the same as when I first took the measurements, but who knows? You know, it could be, I don't know. I could have screwed up somehow, but to me, it looks kind of obvious that there's a change. I don't know. Anyway, so what do I think of them? Well, I think of them this way. I'm never going to listen to music on them again because they totally fucked up my calibration, my hearing calibration. Because after I got used to them and then went back to some of my favorite sets, like the Queen of Audio, I can't say Queen today, like the Queen of Audio Adonis, like the SL41, like umpty other sets that I have that I really enjoy, initially they sounded freaking dull as shit to me. And I blame this set for that. Because what happened is, over the course of 2.5 days of listening to these, my ears and brain adjusted. My hearing and brain adjusted to them. Because they're freaking bright. Did I say that? They're bright. Really fucking bright. Yeah. So, anyway, last night, after being disappointed in the Queen of Audio Adonis, I went to bed and I said, I'm not going to put the Medusa back in the morning. I'm going to start the day with the Adonis and see if I'm okay. Thank God. The Adonis sounded just as amazing as it had when I reviewed it. I'm angry at these. I actually am having a visceral response to how these screwed up my freaking day when the Adonis came yesterday. So no more. So I could tell you where they are going to go and where they will be useful is they will be switched over to the 3.5 millimeter termination and plugged into my PlayStation 4 controller or into the FIO BTR7 so I can use them with the Switch. Or plug directly into the Switch. But that's it. I can't listen to music with them because it's not just that they're too bright for me. It's just that it's also that they screw up my calibration, my personal own calibration. So I just can't. I can't go back. I can't use them again in the respect of listening to music. They did some things well. I'll go over that really quick. And then we're going to wrap it because, I'm not going to spend the full amount of time on a set that I really, really don't like. If you do like pop music, if you like K-pop music, if you like acoustic music, instrumental music, you know, there's basically barely enough bass there to balance them out. Like, there is some bass. It's just that the treble is so elevated and so energetic that it's got to be a set for treble heads, for air heads, right? I'm not one. More of a bass head than anything else, but I like balance, and these are not balanced. These are not balanced at all. No, no, no. They're bright. Did I say that yet? They're bright. So if you are a treble head, if you love loads of treble, if you don't care about a lot of bass, if you don't care about balance, you just want a set to, like, basically listen to vocals, acoustic music, classical music, some jazz was okay on them, K-pop, pop, things like that. Actually, you know, even hip-hop and R&B was okay because it has enough mid-bass in them to sort of pick up the drops. It's not the best suited for it, but it'll do it. Yeah, you might enjoy this set. I did not enjoy this set. I didn't. I'm angry at this set, actually. So, it does not get a highly recommended. It doesn't get necessarily a recommended unless you love treble and can't get enough of it. If you love treble and you can't get enough of it, this is the set for you. Seriously. You will go out of your mind over this set. There's such clarity. There's an amazing level of detail. It's even got really pretty immersive head stage, like, you know, upper head stage. Yeah, I mean, there are some good things about the set. It's just that for me, they're yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. So, but we are all different, and I respect the people who do like their treble and they like a lot of it. For $50, you could probably do a lot worse, honestly. If that's your thing, if that's your jam, that's what you like, I can't say that it's a bad set. But, like I said, the little things for me kind of added up to me just not liking the set overall. The chin slider, the scuff mark, the treble. At the end of the tip rolling, I spent like 2 hours tip rolling until I found the S&S tips that made them at least tolerable, you know. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't try to fix them with narrow bore. That does not work, as I mentioned. Just makes it worse. So, actually, you know, this is about, the bore width on this is about the same size as the opening and the nozzle diameter there, about the same size. That seemed to work the best for them. And I don't know if the S&S acted as like maybe a secondary resonance chamber or something like that as well, because the bass picked up quite nicely with these in as well. So that's one way to adjust it. It's not going to take the edge off the treble, but it will add you some bass in for balance. You can always add a bass shelf to it. It did take to the bass boost button on the i5 Zendak V2. That was not a problem. That's all I got, honestly. You know, I was thinking this was going to be like the Conch, and the Conch is way more mellow than this. I did comp it with the FD3 because that was a suggestion for a 12mm dynamic driver, and the FD3 is just a much better balanced set. Not as much treble for sure, but more balanced. And even more balanced, even surprisingly, I think my favorite of the comps was good old Tipsy Tromso. That's another 12mm dynamic driver, and that kind of stole the show for me. Like, of the three sets, I think I like the Tipsy Tromso the best. It had the best balance. So, and certainly left the Medusa in the dust as far as bass, sub bass, and mid bass went. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. It's kind of a, you know, little bit of a disappointment for me because I have really liked what I've heard so far from TRN, and I really wanted to like this set a lot. And when it came down to it, I couldn't. I didn't. and I won't, and I'm not going to tell you that I did. So, you know, you're always going to get the straight shit from me. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. These are going to the PlayStation, and that's where they're going to stay. And that's all I got for you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment this month on any video, and you will get, well, if you're already a subscriber, that's fine. If you comment, you'll get registered for that Science Audio mystery giveaway at the end of the month. All right. I love y'all. Nothing but peace to you, and we'll see you.